Hey everyone, it's BJ from the UMaine Career Center. I'm here today to share a really cool resource with you. It's called What Can I Do with This Major? I know that some of us in our individual meetings have talked about what can I do with this major, and I know that I've shown it to a few of you and let some of you know that a video is coming to kind of show you the process of how to use it. So this is that video. If you are still exploring majors and you're wondering what it is that you might want to study, this is a great resource. It's also a great resource if you're just really passionate about studying something and you'd like to know, or your family would like to know, what can you do with a career in blank? And so I love this resource, and I think it's really helpful. So I am going to share my screen with you all and show you how to find what can I do with this major. So we just do a quick Google search of UMaine Career Center. Our website should pop right up right here. And we are going to go to career exploration, this first circle right here. Let me maximize my screen for you all. When we click on that, you might recognize this page. This has some really great resources. So focus career assessments, most of you have taken or will be taking focus. Infobase, which will be covered in another video, another fantastic resource. But right now we're going to talk about what can I do with this major. So if I click on this, there are a few ways that you can use this. The cool thing about this is that although the University of Maine Career Center uses it, this is not a UMaine resource. So this is really kind of a universal resource of most any college major that you could think of, regardless of where it is that you want to go to school. So this is really kind of general, which is great because a lot of you don't know where it is that you want to go to school yet and you're still exploring. So you can use it in one of two ways when you start out. When you hover over this View All Majors, you can see that if there's a category that you feel like you'd like to explore, you can pick it from here. So we'll go through this both ways. So let's say so many of you in the UMaine cohort that I've met with, and I'm not sure about Karen's students in the Bowdoin cohort, but so many of you are very, very artistic, and you're trying to decide, you know, between, do I let the art be a part of my life outside of my career, you know, a hobby and something that I love to do, or do I really want to pursue a degree and a major and a career in some creative field? So just to use this as an example, let's click on art, design, and performance to show you guys how this works. So when we pull up art, design, and performance, what it does is the system gathers up all of the majors that are in that category, which makes sense. So if we look at everything in here, we have advertising, which is probably also under business. So there's a lot of overlap here. We have graphic design, we have theater, music. I have a lot of students who've been interested in theater. So I'm going to click on theater as an example. I was a first generation college student, and I know that many of you are as well. I know that parents in general sometimes get nervous about students choosing majors that don't have a defined career path. And I think theater is a good example of that. When I was in high school, if I would have mentioned, I want to go to college and major in theater, I know that the first question I likely would have gotten from people who care about me is, what are you going to do with that? How are you going to make money? How does that turn into a career? And so this is a really great resource to kind of answer those questions for you. It's also a really great resource to share with, family, guidance counselors, and people who care about you, who want to know that, you're making a sound decision. So I want to show you how this works. We have the general heading of theater, so that's what we chose. And then there are many areas under each major. So the first area is performing. That makes a lot of sense to you all, especially if you're in theater. Performing is what, a lot of students who are interested in theater, that's kind of what they're into. This first set of bullet points are the types of things that you could do with a theater degree if you're interested in working and performing. So stage, television, radio, motion picture, video, those are kind of the different genres. The next category is the employers. So I think that this is the most important category when it comes to telling you what a career might look and feel like in this area. So for example, working in a community theater is going to feel very different from working on a cruise line. But they're both performance-based theater careers. So I think this is really important. Look at the different places that you could work. And then under every category, it gives you strategies. So essentially, these are the strategies to do this type of work in this place. So if you kind of look at all of this, and then this is a really great way to make a plan. So if you look through a bunch of majors and you're like, you know what, I think I want to major in theater, and I think performance is the way I want to go. Use this as your roadmap, you know, as you finish high school, as you go through college, kind of use this to check off the boxes on your to-do list. So, you know, just a couple of these: participate in acting workshops. Well, that makes a lot of sense because you'd want to build up, you know, your acting resume. But this is an interesting one that maybe might not have been first on your list. Learn a foreign language and train with a dialect coach. So, you know, that would add some different skills and different dimensions to your resume of experience. So I think it's really important to look through all this for your own information, and also it can help you in decision making. So if we just kind of go through this really quickly, we have performing, directing, and again, the jobs that you could do, the places that you could do them, and strategies to get into it. Behind the scenes, jobs you could do, places you could work, strategies to get into it. Writing, the business of theater, which is a huge side of, you know, the creative arts is the business part of it. Education, so working in education. And then at the bottom of every one of these majors, after all of the categories, is a general information section. So this is just really great general information about going into this field. At the very bottom are some really great links. So I love this first column because these are professional organizations. They're typically those .org websites that are, you know, typically geared towards people in the field, and they have really great information. They might have some professional development. They might have, you know, some mentorship opportunities, maybe some internship listings. And then these three other categories have really great opportunities as well as you kind of get into college and you're looking more for, you know, employment or internships. But for the information, I think that these professional associations are really helpful. So that's one way you can look, is you can look by kind of the grouping of majors under here. If you're just wide open and you have lots of ideas, and I know that lots of you do, click on the view all majors. So if you double click on that, you wait a second, now it's going to give you any college major, most college majors that you could think of. So, you know, if I just scroll through here and look, and it's not every major that's possible, but it's a lot of them. So if I were to scroll here, a fun one to look at students is business, because a lot of students are interested in business, but that's a really big category, and how do you narrow it down? So if I were to click on business studies, just to show you, now we get to the same type of information that we had for theater. So the area, this one is management, the jobs you could do, the places that you could do them, and strategies to get there. And it just goes on and on and on with that general information and those links at the bottom, just like theater did. So I think this is a great way, again, if you're interested in a major, to see the practical ways that you could use that degree in an occupation. And also, you know, if you have family and folks in your life that are thinking, well, I'm happy that you're interested in sociology, but what is it that you're going to do with a career in sociology? This is a fantastic resource that can help you. So thank you for watching. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out. You all have either my email address or Karen's email address, and stay tuned for more videos. Have a good day, guys.